Hi, you're listening to Book Chat with author Vivian E. Moore.
Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode. We really appreciate you joining us. This podcast really shows us how we can all learn, live, and thrive off of each other. By sharing our knowledge through our conversations, we will impart some knowledge whilst learning ourselves how to progress even further. Here is your host.
Hello and welcome to Book Chat. I am your host, author Vivian E. Moore. I hope everyone had a great week. I hope you're having a great weekend wherever you are. And I hope that it is one that is not stressful. And I know that that is something that we deal with, on a daily basis. And that is what we're going to be talking about on today's show. So let's get straight to it, shall we? All right. So the title of today's show is Just Breathe. And the topic is dealing with deadline stress. Faith Hill, Willie Nelson, and Pearl Jam all had something in common when they sang about this common practice of relaxation. But they also figured out that when faced with trying situations, the best way to deal with them is to take a deep breath and let it go. As if we don't have already enough to deal with in our daily lives. And the addition of work deadlines of any kind increases our stress levels. As a writer, I understand the tightrope that authors walk due to obligations and timetables that wreak havoc in our lives. And stress is one of the uncomfortable truths that attaches itself to us in different ways. So how you relate and cope with deadline stress or stress in general makes all the difference in how we do not let it become crippling to us. I'm affected by it just like you are, and why I wanted to talk about ways to battle it. All right. So the goal is to help you alleviate the stranglehold stress can have over your life, my life, everyone's life, as much as possible. And one way to counteract this problem is to breathe. So just take a breath with me. Let's do it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't it feel good to be able to do that? It sounds simple enough, and it is. Doing something we do every day to live, it can help us focus and lower blood pressure. It can center us and help us to concentrate better. It's all in how you manage the complications of stress. And yes, stress comes with complications, especially if there are deadlines involved. And another way to de-stress is to form coping skills. We're all born with coping skills, in one manner or another. We all have them. So I want to talk about the 3 types of coping skills today. And the first one is task-oriented. The second one is emotion-oriented. And the third is avoidance-oriented. Okay. Well, besides the breathing technique I mentioned above, let's concentrate on the first example, task orientation, which can be several things such as physical activity. Yes, I know you're already stressed because of deadlines, but to ease it, walk a few miles on a treadmill. It helps. I do it all the time. I have a day job, and so my day job this past month has consisted of deadlines upon deadlines. We have deadlines every single month. It's called month end, where everything I do has to be completed within that time frame. And which nowadays seems almost impossible because we are faced, or I am faced with so many different tasks and things that have been added to my job that has, it's sort of factored into the amount of time I need to complete my daily tasks, which are far from being usual. They have superseded in responsibility and workloads and all of those things. And I'm not using this time to complain about it because, it's my job. That's what I'm paid to do. But still I want to talk about it because, I'm under that stress, and then I'm under the stress of completing, my personal work, such as this book that I've been working on for more than a year, and it's still not completed. And, and I've been pushing it back mostly due to the fact that I've had all this additional work added to my workload, from my day job. So now it's interfering with my time that I need to, complete my second job. Not really a job, but it is my profession. So I have that dilemma, and just like I'm faced with it, I know that many others are also faced with it. So, I just want to talk about ways that we can help to alleviate some of that stress, because you must alleviate some of the stress, if not all of it, because it's not good for your body. It's not good for your psyche. Stress is just not good at all. It is not. Stress can do so much damage internally, in ways that you're not even aware of until, you're being rushed to the hospital, from health complications due to stress. And so that's why I want to do this show today, so we can talk about it and learn ways to help us deal with stress, to learn how to cope with it. But anyway, I talked about the physical activity. So now we want to, to move to something else, because, even with the physical activity, getting on the treadmill, or even if you just, walk around your house for like 5 minutes, just, or stand up and stretch and do all of those things, to help you get the kinks out, to help your body relax. And before long, you'll start to feel better, and then your thoughts will become clearer as well. Now, the next example is emotion orientation, and it is a valuable form of coping. One way is through meditation, and I like to call it prayer. Okay, you may call it meditation, I call it prayer. Whichever one is, what word works better for you, then so be it. But anyway, prayer works better for me. So, find a quiet corner, a closet or a bathroom, and just clear your mind of everything except the calmness you're trying to channel throughout your body. It works. Believe me, it works. I can't tell you how many times a day I do that, because you need to do that. You need to stand up, move around, first of all, to get your blood circulating, because if you've been sitting for hours, that is not good for your body. It makes you feel sluggish, and you may find yourself maybe breathing a little bit harder than normal, and that's due to the fact that your blood is not circulating. So if blood is not circulating, that means that oxygen is not going to the critical parts of our body where we need it. So stand up, stretch, do whatever you need to do, walk around a little bit just to get your body moving and your blood circulating better so you can breathe better. Okay. Or let's talk about the last form of coping with stress, and that is emotion orientation, which is a valuable form of we talked about that one, the emotion orientation. I think that was the last one. But I want to continue to talk about it, but I want to add a few more details to this form of orientation. So I suggest soothing instrumental or non-musical, ways to help you cope with stress. And you can listen to, if you like instrumental, You can listen to some smooth jazz or gospel music, some instrumental gospel, or if you don't want the words, just listen to the instrumental part of it. Or, whatever type of music that soothes your spirit, then, listen to that. Or you can listen to non-musical, which is, you can listen to they have, I think it's on Audible, and it may be on Amazon Music as well. But you can go out there and you can listen to different forms of instrumental music or non-music type things, such as rain, rolling waves, birds singing, in the trees. Some people have even found listening to white noise as another way to distress. Whatever works for you, then please try it, because I hope it works for you, because it definitely works for me. And another suggestion is the last one, is avoidance orientation. Okay. Of course, we can't check out entirely on life, but we can avoid those things that excite us and create hyperventilation instead of easy breathing, because we need that in our lives. I know I do. So let's talk about easy breathing and how it can help us to rebalance our lives. We need a healthy balance between work, health, and mental well-being. It can only help us to an overall better way of living. And even if we never abolish stress or stressful situations, we need to achieve healthier habits to coexist even in the publishing world. All right, guys, so that is the show for today. And before I let you go, I want to make sure that I give you these URLs, because I want to keep you, in contact, in reach of Book Chat. On a daily basis. I know the show only comes on once a week, but that does not prevent you from listening to it every day. And that's another good way to distress, folks. Okay. So of course that URL is https://www.spreaker.com/user/Arthur Vivian You can follow me on all social media, which includes Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And Instagram is by invitation only. You can check out my website if you feel, if you feel like doing that. It's up to you, totally up to you. But anyway, that website is Author Vivian E. Moore it's www.authorvivianemore, or either Arthur E.H. Shepherd. It's just one and the same. And you can check out my blog, which is updated every week, and that is at https://vivianemore.blogspot.com. All right. And if you missed today's live version of Book Chat, you can always listen to the recorded episodes, one and all, on Spreaker, Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, Castbox, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, YouTube, SoundCloud, Giles Saban, Audible.com, Verbal, spelled VURBL, and Luminary, and hopefully coming soon to Amazon Music. Okay, so those are all the ways you can reach out and stay in contact, constant contact with me through those specific URLs. And also tomorrow is Worship Day, whether you're still doing it virtually or if you are going out to the different churches on Sunday. Just be safe, because COVID does not seem to be going anywhere anytime soon. There is so much controversy right now about wearing masks, and to me it just seems simple. If you're not going to be vaccinated, then please comply to the rules of, if they ask you to wear a mask, please do so, because even, if you feel like some way it's infringing on your rights, as a human being, or your free will to make that choice, rather than having to be told to do it, it seems to me as though common sense would prevail when we know that masks prevent the spreading of this virus. So we all need to do our part to help abolish this virus. I mean, it may never ever go away completely, but if it can just, go into a state of remission, so everyone can get back to their normal lives. We all want normality. It's just a part of us. It's what makes us human, to want those things that, that we live, on a daily basis. But until that time, please be safe. And please invite your family members, your friends and loved ones, to come visit church with you, if they have been vaccinated, or if they're not against wearing masks and things of that nature, or social distancing, because that is still taking place. I know it's taking place in our church because we do it every single Sunday. We have a small congregation, but still, all it takes is 2 people to spread the virus. So we are aware of that. And we want everyone else to feel safe if they come to worship with us. But if you're still doing it, over the internet or virtual, or however you're doing it, just invite other people to listen in as well, because during these trying times, we need to hear a word from the Lord. And also, please remember to tell those that you care about the most that you care about them. Let them know that you love them, because tomorrow is not promised. Today may be the only chance you get to say that. So I love you. I hope you love me back. Until the next time you hear my voice, God bless you and goodbye.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.